What's up, guys? My name's Christian. Welcome to my channel, and today we're talking about the infamous friend zone, the bane of every single person's existence and the destroyer of many would-be relationships. The friend zone, the one zone we don't want our romantic interest to send us to, and the zone that once we're in, we feel that we can't get out, and the zone that we feel is the ultimate just destroyer of any kind of romantic feelings that our love interest has in us. But I want to talk about whether it's really that bad to be friend zoned or not, because I think that there is actually a lot of beauty in the friend zone, and I think a lot of people see it as this horrible thing because they don't understand really what it means to be a friend to someone. And of course, a lot of people friend zone people when they don't really see the person as a friend, and they're basically just politely telling you to shove off. But if they truly mean it, being friend zoned really isn't that bad, and it's never a zone that you can't get out of, which is a big misconception. So I want to cover those things and try to, I guess, quell your fears over being friend zoned by the person that you see yourself having children and grandchildren with and living your life happily forever after with. So the first misconception I want to talk about is the fact that a lot of people think that if you're friend zoned, you will never be able to have a relationship with the person that you were friend zoned by. And that, of course, is not true, because why would you be in a relationship with someone that you weren't friends with in the first place? That's frankly just stupid. So just because you're in the friend zone doesn't mean you won't get out, and it might be good to be in the friend zone for a little bit, because you want to be friends with the person you're trying to hook up with, as the young people of this generation say, because if you're not even friends with the person you, for some reason, have some kind of love interest in, I don't see how that even works. But anyway, if you're not friends with the person you want to get together, odds are when you get together, you're not going to be happy, you're going to be miserable, and it's going to suck royally for both of you. And if you plan on dating the person that you're planning to marry, which frankly I think you should, then I think you should be just a friend with them at first, because there's a special connection that you have with a friend that you don't really have with a girlfriend or someone or a spouse that you don't really see as a friend as well as a spouse. And I've always found that you get to know friends better than girlfriends that you don't regard as also friends, or spouses that you don't regard also as friends. There's something about friendship that allows you to get to know the ins and outs of that person that you can't really do if you don't see them as a friend as well as a love interest, spouse, whatever relationship you see yourself having with them in the future. And of course, we know that the Bible holds friendship, not without even considering romantic relationships and things of that nature, in such high regard. It says in Ecclesiastes basically that if you're alone, you're basically probably going to end up screwed, but if you have one or two friends or more, then you have one or two people that can pick you up when you fall, and you have people that can guide you and help you get back on the right path when you're going down the wrong path, and you have people that can help sharpen you. As the Bible says, iron sharpens iron. So we need friends that can help us to sharpen ourselves in character and knowledge and so on and so forth. And so being friend zoned, if they really consider you a friend, is still a beautiful thing, because you have someone who is willing to sharpen you and willing to let you sharpen them, and is willing to pick you up when you fall and lead you back on the right path when you start going down the wrong path. And friendship is just such a beautiful thing. Friendship in and of itself that is so undermined these days. I don't know if undermined is even a word, but you know what I mean. It's such a beautiful thing that is so overlooked. We think that we have to, date every person that we have some kind of interest in immediately without even getting really to know them as a friend, and that could be very detrimental in the future if you are serious about pursuing a relationship with them. When you get to know someone on a level of friendship and you truly regard each other as friends, you have someone who will speak honestly about you behind your back and won't gossip, won't spill your beans, as the saying goes, won't talk about your family problems to other people unless it's to ask for prayer or something and they ask your permission for it. Basically, you just have someone who will be honest in front of you as well as behind your back, and you have someone who will be with you through thick and thin, and at the end of the day, maybe they're willing to lay down their life for you. And we all need that kind of level of friendship in our lives because that is true friendship according to the Bible. The Bible holds friendship in such high regard that it calls friends people who would be willing to lay down their lives for other people. And that is definitely something you want in a spouse, and that is definitely a way you want to feel towards your spouse. So, again, friendship is a very important aspect of eventually dating someone and hopefully eventually becoming their husband or wife. And this kind of touches on a point I made earlier, but when you have a friend, you will have someone who will knock you down a peg or two if you need to be knocked down a peg or two. You have someone who will keep you on that right path and keep you from letting all your accomplishments go to your head from and keep your failures from getting to your head and dragging you down to this pit of depression and despair and whatever other feelings that failure might bring to you. So you have someone that will knock you down a peg or two if your ego gets to you, and you have someone that will knock you back into reality if they are truly your friend. So I hope with this we can all see that the friend zone is not some inescapable zone of despair and lovelessness and you're just forever alone and so on and so forth, whatever the forever alone memes say. It is a beautiful place to be in, and it doesn't mean that you will be there forever. So continue trying. Of course, don't go into the levels of sexual harassment and just downright rudeness, but just because you're in the friend zone doesn't mean you should stop trying to pursue a relationship with the person that you have been friend zoned by. Of course, put restrictions on it. Don't go trying to flirt with said person if they clearly don't want you to flirt with them, or, so on and so forth. I'm kind of blabbering now. But anyway, basically, it's not a zone that you will indefinitely be in forever, and it could be a beautiful thing, and in fact is a very beautiful place to be in, especially if you are serious about pursuing a relationship with said person. Because you need to be their friend and get to know them in and out if you are serious about getting in a relationship with them. Because, as I said earlier, it's just going to be miserable for the both of you if you don't know them on that level. So, I hope I helped you guys a little bit, and for those of you who have been friend zoned or are in the friend zone right now, don't give up. Keep trying, and if it doesn't work out between you and the person you are friend zoned by, it'll work out with somebody else if it is God's will, and if it is not, singleness is also a beautiful thing and has so many opportunities that marriage does not let you have, as well as marriage has many opportunities that singleness doesn't let you have. But anyway, I've already touched upon that topic a little bit, and yeah, so I think I'll end it here. I thank you guys so much for all your support and for over 400 subscribers, and we're growing strong. So again, I just thank you guys for your support, and I hope to see you in the next one. See you guys later, and God bless.